Hey everyone, welcome back to Fred's Garage. Hey, we're gonna go on vacation, man. All I gotta do is throw this in the cooler. I love this Bronco. It's got so much room in the back. What? Well, we'll get that later. Man, now I gotta take all this stuff out. You know what I really need? I need a shelf. And on today's episode of Fred's Garage, we're gonna put a shelf across the back of this Bronco. Organize this cargo area a little bit better. Stick around and I'll show you how easy it is to install. All right, I got this box from Amazon. The link will be below. Let's open the box and see what comes inside. All right off the bat, we got a big old bag of bolts. And this is nice, all nice and wrapped up good. Let's see what we got. We got two vertical supports, very nice thick steel, powder coated. We got two upper supports that hold the shelf to the roll bar. And we got two brackets that are gonna hold the shelf to the side of the Bronco. And we got the shelf itself. Very nice. Heavy, powder coated, can hold up to 300 pounds. Okay, so let's get the tools and see how we're gonna put this thing together. All right, so what are we gonna need for tools? Luckily, we're not gonna need much because every Bronco came with a trusty toolkit. And inside this toolkit, you're gonna need your ratchet, and you're gonna pull out your IP50 Torx bit. And that's all we're gonna need out of this case. And you're gonna need a 10mm wrench. Now, for people who don't have a lot of tools, one of the best tools you can buy is what's called an adjustable wrench, okay? So if you don't have a wrench set, metric or standard, the adjustable wrench will work on pretty much most of your needs, okay? Just get yourself a nice one. And there's one in the description below. We're also gonna need a bag of bolts. And I am gonna open this up and pour it in this little cup to make it easier to get. Inside this bag of bolts, you'll see that it comes with two Allen wrenches. Smaller one and the larger one. We're going to set the larger one aside. And inside this old bag of bolts, you're going to find two bolts. You're going to find two Allen bolts that are larger than the rest. I'll show you. Okay? Larger than the rest. And you're going to take these two Allen bolts. We're going to set those aside. And then we're going to look in here and we're going to find two larger washers. Where's the other one? There it is. And we're going to set these two washers aside. Those two bolts and those two washers are for the side brackets that bolt to the roll bar. So we want to keep them out of the way and safe. Okay? So now let's assemble the tray out here to make it easier to install in there. All right, so we're going to grab our two corner brackets. You'll see when you look at the brackets, you'll have two slots and 6 bolt hole locations. They're going to go on the inside of the basket with the slots matching the slots. Okay, so with the slots matching the slots. Okay, so once you place your inner bracket, we're going to grab a bolt. We're going to add a flat washer. We're going to place that bolt and that flat washer through the two pieces of steel. We're going to place a lock washer. That's the one with the little split on it. Then we're going to grab our nut and we're going to feed it in. We're going to grab our 10mm wrench, place that on the nut, grab our Allen key, the smaller one of the two, and tighten that up. Get it nice and snug. And then what we're going to do is grab another bolt, another flat washer, place it on the side. So you're going to have 2 on the side and 4 on the bottom. 2 on the side, 4 on the bottom, on both sides. That'll complete your shelf. And then once we get that completed, we can place it inside the Bronco, okay? I'm going to do all of that, and then I'll catch up with you in a few moments, okay? No sense in you guys watching me do that. I'll be right back. All right, so I got that all completed, okay? So each side's going to have 6 bolts and nuts. 2 on the side and 4 facing down, okay? If you look at the side profile, you'll notice that it jets up about 1/4 of an inch, has a larger lip on this side here than it does back here. So what we're going to do is put the larger lip to face the tailgate, okay? So let's move into the Bronco and place all the brackets that we need to place in the Bronco, and then we'll place the shelf in, and we'll be all done. All right, so we're going to move into the Bronco. You're going to have 2 of these brackets, a left and a right. They're going to go like this. This is how you can tell. You're going to have this cutout going towards the front of the Bronco, okay? With this lip facing up. And on the side of the Bronco's hardtop, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 IP50 bolts that hold this hardtop on, okay? So we're going to get our IP50, and we're going to get our ratchet that comes with that. And we're going to remove these 4 bolts. 1, 2, and 3. Now you'll see that these little Torx bolts, we're going to leave those. We're not taking those off, okay? So we're just going to loosen them and take them off by hand, making sure you don't drop them or lose them. 1. Unfortunately, I don't believe that this will work on a soft top. I think this shelf system is only for a hard top. But that's what we have, and that's what we're working with. All right. So we're going to take our brackets. If you look at the bracket, you got the 3 holes. 1, 2, 3 for the bolts. And you got the little hole for this right here, okay? So this is going to fit just like so. It's going to fit just like so. And we're going to grab our bolts for the hardtop. And put them back in. 1, 2. And then I'm going to go around and do 3 this way. 3 right here. And that's how the bracket's going to bolt on. All right, so once you get them hand tight, you're going to pick up your IP50. We're going to place that on top. And we're just going to snug her. Okay? Just get her snug. So we're just going to snug her up. And just give her a little snug. That's it. All right, now let's do the passenger side. All right. Loosen these up. 1. Just loosening up the top 3. We're not touching the back one. And then we're going to loosen that one up. And then we're just going to take them off. One. And this will work with or without the hardtop. The hardtop doesn't have to be installed. So it'll make actually a really nice security shelf just to keep people from trying to get anything that's in there when the hardtop's off. All right, we'll take this one off. And then the last one. And let's place this bracket right here. So this bolt will go in that hole. That lines are right up. And we'll just put them back in by hand. One, two, and three. All right, let's grab our ratchet and just snug them up. One, two, and right here. Number three. And that's all there is to it, to the two side shelves. All right, so now let's put our two roll bar support brackets, okay? So you're gonna have the two brackets. We want the lips to face out towards the glass. We're gonna go find our two larger bolts that we put aside with the washer. And this is just gonna fit right in here. There's a bolt already here from the factory, so all we're gonna do is place that in there, put it in there, and screw her in. Okay, then we're gonna get a larger Allen wrench, and we're gonna tighten that bolt up. Not fully tight. We're gonna snug that bolt up. And then we're gonna get our smaller bolts. We're gonna need three of them. They're gonna be just like so. Lock washer, nut. All right, so now what we're gonna do is do all three here and then tighten everything up. Then we're gonna repeat the process on the other side. And then we can put our shelf in. I'm gonna get this completed. We're gonna skip ahead and then you'll see me put the shelf in, okay? All right, they're all done and they look great. That's a great place to put my fire extinguisher or whatever I want to put up there. So let's grab the shelf and I'll show you a trick because I'm going to put the shelf up by myself. I'll show you a trick so we don't scratch the side of the Bronco. I got my shelf. Now, if you have help, you'd have somebody hold this side nice and line it up, put the bolts through while you work on that side. But I'm here by myself. So my two helpers are going to be these two wire ties. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed a wire tie through this hole, through the hole of the bracket, and then zip tie it. And I'm going to do the same thing in the front, and that's going to keep me from scratching the Bronco. All righty. There's my helping hand. So let's grab my screw and washer, lock washer, and my nut. We're going to raise that up. Place a bolt and the nut. And we're going to do the same thing to all 6 bolts. After we get these 3 on, we'll cut these 2 zip ties off and we'll place the 3 bolts on that side. And then we'll be all done. So let me fast forward through this part. All right, so we're all done. That was pretty easy. Supports 300 pounds. It's all bolted in good. So let's put the seats up. Let's load her up and see how she works. All righty. Now let's see how easy it is to put this in the cooler. There you go. Nice and organized. I can actually lift the lid of the cooler, place that in there, and I have a place to secure my stuff with bungee cords now. That's a really great shelf, man. Hey, I hope you guys like this video. There's plenty more of these videos to come on the Bronco and on the Maverick. So do me a favor, hit the notification button, the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And you guys have a great day. We'll see you soon.